Hi, my name is Elizabeth Rodriguez, and today I'm going to talk about my research final. For my research final, I want to talk about human trafficking victims, to be more exactly, the mental health behind human trafficking victims. One of the reasons why I decided to talk about this issue was not only because it interests me, but also because I wanted to learn more about it, and I wanted people to, when they read or got information from a research project, wanted to also know more about what was it like for victims after they had been rescued, and what was the community and the society doing to help them after they had been rescued. One of the ways that I thought that we as a community can start to help the victims now is by finding ways to give each of the victims financial support, such as helping them find a job, providing them support for basic needs, such as food, helping them get in their independence life. For example, give them interviews, help them find ways to get a job, think simple things like that, like programs for them to get more help and those kind of things for them to look forward and look at the positive things of things. The second thing that I decided to do for the victims and finding ways to help them is by, like I said, creating more programs and organizations to help the victims get back on their feet, such as providing them housing, uh, help them get more information on taxes, help them manage their money and like how to buy a house, how to buy a car, information, things like that that we all as grown-ups, like, we start to learn as we start getting into more independent life, for them to have that. Or even if they don't want to do that as a life, they want to be a doctor, something that in career wise, also having programs like that for them to be coped with, and having programs like that, because not only will they will help them look at the bright side of things and help them navigate and move forward, but also it will help them move on and go on with their lives in a positive way. The third thing that I decided to talk about, which is very important, and mostly it's talked about a lot in my research final draft, and is like about talking about the mental health issue, which is a really big thing for a lot of victims. Sadly, a lot of them don't know how to cope with their mental health, and like a lot of them have um, disabilities and stuff because of what they have went through. Because a lot of them have went through sexually abused, physically abused, mentally abused. So a lot of them have been really hurt and they don't know where to stand with their lives. So I feel like having someone there to help them, such as a loved one, a family member, a friend, a therapist, someone that can talk to them and like they can help them navigate them in their personal life and help them move forward with their life, can really be beneficial for their lives. I found that really, really important. So one of the things that I found really, really interesting after I kept reading and reading and reading more articles was the amount of, sadly, the amount of issues that we're having, and the percentage, like 71% of people that have been captured in human trafficking are women, and the other percentage are men. Like, that is just so sickening to me, like at this age, being in 2020, and we're still dealing with issues that such as that. And you can find so many articles on human trafficking victims that have either been rescued, have been escaped, and so many of them are young as 9 years old, and we're not doing nothing about it, and we can't even help them now to this day after they have been rescued. To me, that's just something that we as a community and a society should really, really talk about. Not only because it's just an important issue to talk about, is because it's still happening to this day, and if we don't stop it now, we will never stop it to this day. And I think it's very important, like, the reason why I find it so also important for me is because personally I have a younger sister and I have a mom, and if God please never happen, but like if something like that were to happen, I will want them to have the resources and have programs for them provided, for the government to provide, for them to have and be able to move on with their lives. Because for them to go through so much and for them to also get help is just so sick to me. As a community and as an organization, we're not doing enough to help them. So my thing is, rescued from sex trafficking, but then what? I think as a community and as now, we should really think, what are we doing to help these fellow victims and rescuers that really, really should get help? What are we doing to help them? Are we really doing what we need to do to help them? And with that, I leave you guys, and I just want to say thank you so much for listening. Hope goes well, and just think about it. Next time you look up an article of a young girl that is 9 years old, think about it as someone of your loved one that can be in those shoes. Thank you so much. This is Rodriguez, and I hope you guys liked it. And this is my presentation for human trafficking victims and the mental health.